All right, guys, so we're moving down my 6-step process and getting your prospect to make an educated decision. And so we've covered network marketing. Um, I do want to reiterate, if you go back and watch the video, my prospect, Brett Ethridge, was looking at and asking some questions about network marketing. And I kind of paused because I didn't feel like he had a good enough understanding of the industry to make an educated decision on 2 through 5. Because the whole time, he wouldn't have been listening to 2 through 5. He would have been still stuck on the Amway question, and I didn't answer that well. Now, I am going to answer that in the compensation plan, so stay tuned. But I want to make sure that you understand that it's okay, at least in the process that I'm teaching you, to set up another appointment and give them some homework. Give them some opportunity to go do some due diligence, because one, it shows that you care about them, that you're not just worried about the close, right? And two, it almost creates that kind of cold shoulder concept of maybe going up and talking to a hot girl or a guy at a bar, and they may be interested in you, but they've kind of played that game, right? Not yet. You're going to have to work for it. And so that's okay in this industry. You want to get people chasing you. You don't want to have to chase people. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into step 2, and that's the industry. And so kind of going back into role play, Brett's going to be my prospect again. And so, Brett, what we've done is we've really talked about network marketing. It sounds like you have a great understanding of how you want to move into the B quadrant. And it sounds like you understand that that network marketing could be an option for you to jump into the B quadrant while keeping your foot in this left employee quadrant without the headaches of all the franchise and all those things we talked about, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I like what I see so far.
Perfect. So you like what you see. So here's the next thing that I would encourage you to look into. And the next thing I would encourage you to look into is the industry. Now, I use the term industry for network marketing. What I mean by this industry is, where are the trends going? Where is the money being spent? And will that direction continue going? Okay? And so the industry that I've chosen is health and wellness. It doesn't mean that you have to go in that direction. There's a lot of companies within the direct selling industry that are not in health and wellness, but I'll tell you that the ones that are profitable and that people make the most money are actually in the health and wellness industry. And so let's look at why. Are you familiar with baby boomers?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So between 1946 and 1964, basically our parents' generation, they have really built and set every single trend from baby food, right, when they were all born, to elementary schools because they had to be educated, to moving forward to real estate, because they were doing that, to Walmarts because they now had families. And what we know now and today is that the next trend currently happening right now is the health and wellness industry. And why do you think that is, Brett? Do you think baby boomers care about the way they feel and look?
I know they do.
You know they do, right? Yeah. But not only that, the cool thing is this. We know they care about it. You have a family, you said, right?
I do.
A few kids. Do you care about being around to make sure that you see them grow up?
Yeah, and my grandkids.
And your grandkids. So if people are going to be spending money, it's going to be the baby boomer generation, our generation, and we're going to be spending it on who?
Our kids.
Our kids, okay? So this trend is generational, meaning that there's a lot of money, disposable income being spent on health and wellness products.
Yeah, everybody I know is going to the gym and really cares about health and nutrition. Maybe it's because I just live in Denver, but it seems like everybody's really kind of into that stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, Denver, I live in San Diego, right? I mean, there are certain areas that might be more into health and wellness, but if you open the newspaper, turn on a radio, social media, are you going to see ads about health and wellness?
Yeah.
It's prevalent. It's not going anywhere except for where?
Up.
It's about a $500 billion industry right now, approaching $1 trillion. And so when you're deciding to move into network marketing and looking for an industry, one, you want to know where the money's going, right? But two, something that you might be able to be passionate about. You work at a gym, you work out, and you're fit, and you're doing triathlons and all this stuff. So you're already into that. Do you see yourself maybe being able to get passionate about a product or a gym or a concept, such as going to do workouts at Red Rock Canyon and stuff like that?
Yeah, and that would be important to me because I hear what you're saying. I mean, obviously from a business standpoint, you want to be aligned with trends, but it would be really important for me to really like what I do. And I don't know, to be honest with you, Lane, if I have that passion. I like working out, and it's something that I care about, and we try to have vegetables with our dinner and stuff like that. I wouldn't say I have a passion for it right now, but I would say, that's a good question. Could I become passionate? I could probably see myself, but I do see that that's where the money is, and it is something I'm interested in.
Okay. And you just mentioned very briefly, you said, yeah, I know a ton of people who are into health and wellness and working out and all this stuff, right? What if one of them, for example, was able to lose weight on a product that you introduced them to?
I feel pretty good about
You
that.
feel pretty good. You might become a little more passionate, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe like my mom, you see a health benefit drastically improve because of a product that she's using. Do you think that you'd be passionate about helping somebody with diabetes or heart disease or cancer?
Yeah, I'd recommend that just like I recommended toast to you.
Exactly, And so I get that. And a lot of people aren't necessarily passionate about the products in the beginning, and what we encourage people to do is use them so that they become passionate about it. But again, just understand if you're looking at it from an objective business standpoint, let's look at where the trend's going, okay? Doesn't mean that you have to align yourself with a product that you don't believe in, for sure, but understand that most people that join network marketing actually come through the products, and then because they have such a good benefit with it themselves personally or their family or friends, they actually become passionate about it and they can't help but tell people about it. Okay. So I definitely get that. But do you see how the industry is going somewhere? Do you see that health and wellness is something that's talked about all the time, that money is being spent on, and that when you're looking at a network marketing company, that most companies that are profitable and people like you and me are making money are in the health and wellness industry?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, perfect. And so, you can go a different way, but I'm going to encourage you as you move in this direction. Doesn't mean you have to go with our company, which is the next thing we're going to talk about, but I want to make sure that you understand that that's the best method for you. Okay? So any other questions on the industry?
What other, just out of curiosity, what other industries are there?
Well, there are network marketing companies. Somebody that just joined my team about a year ago was direct selling for bedding, literally selling beds and bed sheets and bed frames and stuff. So, there are so many different industries that network marketing is in because they understand the power of direct selling, right?
Yeah.
Another company that's very, very profitable that makes a lot of money is in the deregulation of energy, and they do cell phones and technology and stuff like that. And would you agree technology is a pretty big industry?
Yeah, technology is definitely a big industry.
Absolutely. So you could go that way as well. And those are just a couple examples, right? Traveling. There's literally companies that are doing pretty well in the traveling industry. Do you ever go on cruises or want to go on vacations?
Yeah. Although it seems like that industry, I think that's something people want, but that industry, I think, has been hit a little bit with disposable income issues with families in the recent economy. So, I don't know. I'd probably have a much harder time getting passionate about something like that than health and nutrition. And yeah. Anyway, that's a good answer.
Perfect. So there you go. So let's move on to the next one. I want to give you some things that you should be looking for in a company that you're going to join.
Sounds good.